Okay.
You're always so nervous at this part.
I know.
I don't know why.
I don't know. I just am.
It's just the internet.
Is that all it is?
That's right.
You're used to this.
I know. It's like brushing my teeth.
Oh my gosh. Not so much.
Yeah, you'll get there. Practice makes perfect /
Sure.
comfort zone. Remember the first time anybody ever does anything, you're super nervous.
Right.
Doesn't matter what it is. You're like, oh my gosh, here we go, I'm so nervous. And then you do it and you're like, oh, it wasn't so bad.
True.
Yeah.
Copy that.
All right, so welcome.
Welcome. Thanks for being here. Thanks for tuning in with us.
Yeah. You got the energy level tonight? You good?
Yes.
You awake?
Yeah.
I tried to feed you coffee earlier. The last episode we had, she went like this. I'm like, you can't yawn during our own broadcast? She's like, I can't help it, I'm tired.
I was a bit tired.
Oh
it's
my
fine.
gosh. All right, well, I got adrenaline going, so if you slack off, I'm going to have to pick up the pace here.
Oh, I know. Good thing we got show notes.
Well, I'm letting you do all the talking. All right, so welcome everybody. This is Aaron and Jody Tuttle from Team Tuttle Realty. Appreciate you having your time with us
Yes.
as we discuss the latest in the real estate market.
Mm-hmm.
So as you can see at the top of my head, today's topic.
Yes.
What does that say?
It says stalled market.
Stalled market. That's not good. It's
No.
been that way for a minute. We're going to talk about why, how, and where is it going? If it's going to stay stalled or what's going to happen in that sector of things.
Mm-hmm.
But our plan is to have these bi-monthly in the evenings.
Yes.
So probably Thursday night, might be Wednesday night, just depends. Right around the same time, 7:30, somewhere in that time frame. Just to kind of update you a couple times a month. Because right now there's not a whole lot of movement and change. So we can only tell you so much new that's different, right? It's kind of like the weather. If it was 70 degrees and sunny every day, you wouldn't need to hear me say that every day. But, in the real estate market, we're going to get you updated on that as well. All right. Well, the first thing we want to do is what we usually do.
Yes.
All right. Let's just give them a quick update on how our current market is in Oklahoma County.
Yes. So this is for the week, last 7 days, Oklahoma County. So right now we're showing for new listings, 242 new listings on market. We are showing 147 sold listings. 207 listings went pending sold. So there were contracts written on homes. Let's see, price decreases. There's actually quite a few that have come down, 219 to be exact. So that's quite a bit.
That's a big number.
And look at the expired. There's 49 listings that were expired.
So we're going to go into detail a little bit about this. So explain to everybody kind of what happens in the wintertime. It's a very slow time of the season for buying or selling your home.
Mm-hmm. Unless there's a life-changing event.
Right. But in general terms, it's just not a popular time to move for planning, big families, kids, school, all that kind of stuff, right?
That's correct.
So most people kind of wait till the springtime and then hit it hard over the summer and then trail off back toward the fall. So it's kind of time with school for the most part. But in this season, the big takeaway here is you still having a pretty decent amount of listings coming in.
Oh, yeah.
So there are still people that are selling their home for various reasons. Like you said, probably a lot of life changes.
Yes.
But the key word here is back on the market.
Yes.
Withdrawn, expired, decrease. All right. Those are a lot of negative terms, meaning what? Put you on the spot.
What were you talking about?
Oh my gosh.
Just kidding. So ideally, I mean, homes are, depending on the person's situation, they might say, hey, we have to move up our timeline for moving out of the state, let's say. So then they have to do a price decrease.
Or they were riding high on the prices where the homes are kind of overpriced a little bit from the end of COVID, and they're still hoping to get the most they can out of it, and they've overpriced themselves for the current market. Therefore, it's been sitting, and now they have to decrease it to get traction.
That's another reason. Absolutely. Expired or withdrawn. Some folks just change their mind. They might be looking and they can't find the house that they want.
Or they want that value for the home and they see they're not getting it. They're like, fine, I'll wait until spring. I'm not reducing it. I can't because I owe XYZ in debt and I got to pay it off. So I'll sit on it for another 3 months.
Sure. Some folks, they want what they want for their home and it's their right. Mm-hmm. So that goes hand in hand with the expired listings.
Right. So in other words, this kind of stuff isn't unusual in the wintertime. It's very
Yeah.
it's kind of a chaotic period of just, it's a really weird time to sell a home. Now you still can. People that has it all the
yeah.
times, and we just saw
There's always
there
people.
was sold 147. So
Yeah.
a good number of homes, and this is
And-
just the Oklahoma County region.
Right, and 207 went pending.
Yeah. So there's still some more ready
There's
to go
lots.
as soon as the funds clear.
Yeah,
all that
it's
kind of
actually,
stuff.
well, home inspections, all that.
All right. Well, let's talk about today's topic. We have a lot here to discuss.
Yeah, we have a lot of different stuff
Yeah,
to
so
talk about.
you see, the first thing I want to bring up to your attention is,
Yes.
I'm sure most of you saw in the news, because the news is all gloom and doom, so it shouldn't be hard to hear the bad news in real estate, which was interest rates went up to about 8% there around December, right?
Right.
If you look at this graphic, this is over a 30-year period. We have now backtracked up to this point here in time, which is January 2000, Y2K. That is the last time we saw interest rates around 8%. So we have erased the last 20 plus years and have gone back to where the rates were back then. So the gravy train ride down here is over with for now, and we're kind of stuck into that higher time frame now, or higher percentage point. Now we have dropped recently. I think the latest today was like 6 3/4 for a 30-year note. So the interest rates have come down a little bit, which is good. We'd like for them to come down a lot more. And we're going to tell you if that's going to happen here in 2024 in a minute. But
Right.
I want to bring you to attention of where we are historically. Of course,
Right.
back in the day, they were up around
Right.
18%, 1981. That was a bad time.
I
But
remember that.
houses back then also didn't cost, $400,000 either for a decent sized home. You're
Right.
probably paying, $30,000 to $40,000,
Yeah.
So that's a big chunk of change. That's different when it comes to financing. Okay, so let's talk about our first graphic. I think you want to bring up something here.
Oh, yeah, so, no, Realtor.com. We're Realtor.com graph.
Oh boy, see, I'm already out of order.
Oh, goodness.
That's the only graph I got.
No,
Yeah, where'd that one come from?
this was,
Oh boy.
I gave it to you.
You did? Hold on. Let me go find out where this graphic is.
Oh, goodness.
Hold on, take a look here. Where do you see it? I don't see it there.
Oh, it was a download.
Yeah, this is the download. Oh boy.
Oh, okay, well,
Wait, maybe
we
it was
can improvise.
maybe it was an email you sent
It was
me.
an email.
Oh, it
from
was an email.
Realtor.com, right here, this one, Best Markets.
Oh, that's a website. That's not a download graphic.
Okay.
Jody.
Well, you're the techie one.
Okay, I gotta go find it.
Yeah.
Best markets for
That's
first-time
right.
home buyers.
Yes.
Here it is. Okay. I got it.
Perfect.
We're good.
I knew you would do it. So glad you're so techie.
Hit the download. Yeah,
Oh
it
my
is.
gosh.
It's a website. All right, the best markets for first-time home buyers in 2024.
Right. So this is a report from Realtor.com. So markets were identified by analyzing the share of 25 to 34-year-old homeowners for home availability, affordability, job opportunities, commute time, cultural, lifestyle amenities. So there was lots of factors taken in to this poll. But look, Moore, Oklahoma made top 8.
Yeah.
Top 10. They're at number 8.
Yeah,
I think
that's impressive.
That is.
Of all the cities in the country,
Yeah.
Moore, Oklahoma is one of the most ideal for first-time home buyers.
Yeah, exactly.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's really good.
And Moore's still growing.
It is.
The east side is starting to get a lot more building, a lot more people moving out. They're trying to get a little bit more land.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a good place to be here in the greater Oklahoma City metro area.
Yeah.
For a good place to live.
Yeah.
So it's good to see us on a good side on the top 10 list.
And I posted that article on our Facebook page as well.
Okay.
Team Tuttle, Realty.
Yep. Okay,
So if
so
you wanted
what's
to look at it.
what's our next one?
Okay, so then we're going to talk about January 9th, CoreLogic released the home price index.
Is that what this one was?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I'm in order.
Okay, so nationwide home prices, including the distressed sales, increased 5.2% year over year in November 2023
So
compared to November 20.
So that's just kind of an
2022.
example. Normally, our average increase is like 3% or so,
Right.
for the value of your home to go
That's
up every
right.
year. So it actually went up a little bit more than that. So that's good. But what's the
That's right.
forecast though?
So the forecast, CoreLogic expects the U.S. home prices to go up 2.5% for 2024.
So in other words, they're not going to reverse. It's not going to be
No.
in other words, experts are not predicting a market crash,
Right.
where the value of your home now loses 30% or 40% of its value.
Mm-hmm.
That is not going to happen according to the experts. Now, the gloom and doomers for sure, because they got to have something to talk about. But the people that make money off all this stuff, and
Yeah.
put pedal to metal, they saying no way.
That's right.
All right, so that's a little under the average growth rate, but it's still growth.
That's right.
Okay, what's your next one?
The whole state, that one.
This one.
Yeah, so this one I liked. So this was the year-over-year percentage change. So Oklahoma, 3 to 5%.
Mm-hmm. So you can see how we compare to the rest of the country. See some of the
Right.
hot countries and some of the cold countries.
Yes.
Looking like that, West Idaho. Ooh. So, yeah,
Yeah, that's pretty good.
it's less than a
thought it was
1%
good.
change. In other words, their prices were flat. East Coast,
Right.
Midwest, 7+% increase in
Right.
prices. So, woof. And of course, New York and everything, typical.
That's right.
Now that's where you overpaid for your home. So we didn't overpay for a home, thank goodness. Some of those places did.
Well, and what drove up the overpay, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was all the bidding wars, the multiple offers on
Right.
homes. That drives up
Mm-hmm.
the home prices.
Okay, what do you got next?
Okay, so then let's move into
Refinance?
yeah,
So what you got next?
yeah, yes.
You're running the show. I'm just pressing
I know,
buttons.
yeah.
Okay, boss.
Okay, boss. Okay, so according to Mortgage Banker Association, this shows the refinance index, and this actually goes back to 1990.
Right.
With higher mortgage rates, the refinance index has declined sharply this year, and you can see that. You can see how it's come right down. The refinance index is at the lowest level since the year 2000.
Yeah, so if you look at this chart, there's a dashed line here at the bottom. So that's
Yep.
the current level that we're at. The last time we were at that level was that fun year of 2000 when those interest rates were right around 8% again. So lo and
Yeah.
behold, turns out we don't like interest rates around 8% because then the number of applications go in the toilet. And so that has repeated itself
Yeah.
here for the beginning of 2024.
That's right. Good,
All right,
the
so
next
let's,
one?
yeah, what do you got next?
Okay, so that one, yes. So according again to Mortgage Bankers Association, purchase activity is down 37% year over year.
All right, so what you take away from this chart is we had a nice little run up
Yeah,
for 2020, 2021, 2020, even a little bit into 2022. There was a little brief rebound there for part of the end of 2022 to 2023. And then ever since then, so all of
I know.
2023, it just fell,
Coming down.
and fell.
and if you're wondering what purchase application index means, it just means the weekly report on people applying for mortgages, the volume of mortgage loan applications.
So hence the title of today's topic, which
Yes.
was the stalled market.
Yes.
Because all the data has indicated that is what has happened over the last 6 months to
Yeah.
a year because of all the turmoil and the interest rates going through the roof because of the Fed's actions.
Right.
Okay, so what
So
else?
really, the purchase price index is 5% below the pandemic low and the lowest level since 2015. So yeah, that's
Yeah, so in other words, lenders who are used to getting a lot of applications for homes,
Yes.
they're going, hey, realtors, what do you got?
Right.
Help me out. I'm dying over here.
That's right.
We're trying
What
to put
kind of-
food on the table. Is there anybody wanting to buy a home?
right. What kind
you
of
know.
business you have going on?
Right, so
Yeah,
that's-
we've got those phone calls.
Oh, yeah, we get those calls all the time.
Yeah, and we also stay in check with our lenders too to see what kind of business they're getting.
Yeah, because
You know,
it's a good
so
way to just
it's
keep
a good
tabs on the market
relationship.
locally.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because national trends are national trends. How's it on the local side?
Yeah, that's right.
All right, what we got?
okay, so let's move into now. This was quite interesting. This is the United Van Lines.
Okay.
Right. So this study is based on moves, and this is handled by the Uni Group, which is a parent company of United Van Lines.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Let's put everything over here.
Okay, thanks. So this is classified as high inbound, high outbound, and balanced based on the percentage of total moves. So we brought up Oklahoma here, and they've actually been doing these charts since 1977, United Van Lines, just to see how the activity has been. So this is moves.
So the primary reason for moving,
I thought this was really interesting.
it's almost split inbound and outbound 50-50, but it's a 47 and a 52. So there's more people move out than they do
Yeah.
that move in. Now, will that change? I'm sure it will. As we
yeah.
become more lucrative place to live,
That's right.
more for your money, versus like California or East Coast. So inbound 7%. Reason is retirement.
Right.
Outbound just about the same 8%. Health 8% inbound. Interesting. Those that move out is a 5% reason.
Yeah.
Family, that's a big one, man. 38% move here for their family.
Yeah. I can see that.
Huh.
I moved here.
Lifestyle, yeah, a little low. There's not a whole lot of excitement in Oklahoma. We're getting there. We're getting better, but yeah. And the job, interesting. 27% moved here for a job, and probably that's on the energy sector. Oil and gas is big here,
Right.
so that's probably a big chunk of that.
Yeah.
Is my guess. Whereas if you don't live in that sector, I'm moving out because I can't find a decent paying job here.
Yeah.
Maybe in the tech sector. So now you're moving out 48%. That's a big change.
That's right.
And then finally the cost, which I thought would be a lot better. Now outbound, do you see that? That's a more important number than the inbound.
Right.
The reason for moving inbound, most people don't know. They don't understand until somebody tells them or
yeah.
shares with them and says, hey, you know what you can get for your dollar here
Right.
in Oklahoma? So we're like the hidden secret. But those that move out understand, oh no, look what I'm leaving.
I know.
So they have 0% reason to move
leave.
out for cost.
Exactly.
They know what they're leaving
They
behind.
have perhaps other factors if need be.
Okay, let's go to the next one.
Yeah, so U-Haul calculates growth states based on each state's net gain or loss. And now this is based on a one-way U-Haul equipment rental
Okay.
in one calendar year. So Oklahoma actually is number 41 on this list.
So Texas number 1. That makes sense. You get a lot of transplants in Texas.
Yeah.
Florida, because everybody wants to live in Florida because of the weather, and or they're just, I don't know, it's just nice. You get a beach.
Yeah.
North and South Carolina, probably the same kind of reasons. A great view. You have a beach close by. You got a lot of stuff you can see locally. We did some tours when we were in South Carolina recently.
Yeah. Sounds good. It's
Drove through Tennessee. Beautiful up there.
beautiful.
Now, Idaho, that's a head scratcher. In Washington, nice scenery.
Right.
But cost of living is going back up, though. It's interesting.
Sure.
But it's in the tech sector, probably, in part of that area of the Washington. Arizona,
Wow.
it's quiet, it's dry, it's hot. Colorado, well, it's God's country, so that makes sense there.
Right.
Let's see. Let's go on down here. Some people moving to Arkansas. 17, they made the list.
Yeah.
More people move to Arkansas than they do to Oklahoma.
Well, this is based on a one-way rental.
Oh, for a one-way rental.
One-way rental.
Okay. But doesn't that apply? What does that all mean, one-way rental? We're just moving stuff here?
That's right. So the
They're
U-Haul
not
Growth
staying?
Index is compiled from more than 2.5 million one-way U-Haul truck, trailer,
Yeah.
and U-Box moving container transactions annually across the
Okay.
U.S. and Canada.
So we'll say moving then. We'll say
moving.
unless you're just
Moving, whether they're coming in or out.
Yeah, unless you're like bringing your kid in for school or something.
Right, exactly.
Maybe they calculate that in there. Also,
That's
but anyway, we are down, like you mentioned,
Yeah.
41.
41.
So I guess last year we were 42. So we've increased one in the way I'm reading this
yeah, probably.
properly. California's at the last at 50. Nobody's moving to California.
Right.
But it's funny though. I really thought we'd be higher, especially
Yeah.
considering some other numbers and metrics that we looked at.
I know. I know. That's
Oh well,
right.
that's okay.
okay.
Okay, so I think that's what you had on all of your graphics, is it not?
It is, yeah. That's all I had.
Okay, so this is what we're going to do. Now we're going to shift gears and give you kind of what 2024 looks like. Okay, so we mentioned this in our prior broadcasts. We still we track a lot of what the experts are doing, what they're saying. If you were to average it all out, take everybody's 2 cents.
Yep.
So the bottom line is this. Real estate world is still going to be on a very slow recovery for 2024. Sometimes at a snail's pace, sometimes it might move a little quick. Depends what the Fed does. There has been rumors that the Fed would do some rate cuts.
Yes.
And there's rumors that, oh, just kidding, we're not really going to do that because it's playing with the market and the investors and everything. So we would like to see rate cuts. Everybody is blaming the Fed for trashing the housing market with their dramatic and excessive moves to try to prevent, an economic collapse.
Right.
So somebody always has to pay. There's nothing's free in life. So the real estate market took a dive as a result because interest rates have gone through the roof. 80%. And yes, historically, not as high as it used to be.
Right.
But also home prices weren't as high back then.
That's correct.
Either. So yes, that is still a problem. Everybody knows it's a problem. And you can sugarcoat it all you want in the real estate world. There's a lot of sugarcoating. There's a lot of, keep it positive, folks. And I'm a realist and I'm a numbers guy. And I can look at data and I can look at trends. And everybody else is also looking at data, trends, and numbers, and they're not ignoring the pie in the sky positive attitude. I don't want 8% mortgage. That is what everyone is saying, hence the whole slowdown of the market. So as our interest rates have dropped back into the 6.5 to 6.75 for a 30-year note, and that's before you get buy downs or points or anything else that would help to lower that rate.
That's right.
That alone was enough to kind of spur just a little extra application, for the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, 6%
from that drop.
I think.
So that shows us that people are desperate and hungry to get those rates just a little bit lower. So that 1 percentage point from 8 to 7, and then from 7 to we're in the 6s psychologically was enough to get some market action, some movement.
That's right.
Hence then it's kind of flattened a little bit. So I think everybody now is waiting, okay, let's wait for the next drop. So there's going to be a little stale, a little stagnant notion. Everything's kind of a lag to it.
Yeah.
So where are the rates going to go? About where they are now with a slow trickle downward. So by the end of 2024, we're looking at rates to be right about 6% even, possibly dipping into the upper 5s as we flip the corner into 2025.
Yeah.
And then the industry experts think that once we get into the 5s, the psychological curse is broken, and everybody starts to go back to what they used to do, which is purchase homes and sell homes.
That's right. So
in the real estate world, for realtors, it's going to be a winter all year long. It looks like. So that's just the nature of the game, apparently.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been in this now for just almost 2 years, and you've been in it for 13 years, 14 years
just
now.
Celebrated my 14th year this month.
Hey, congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, so you've seen the different downturns, and of course, a lot of yours have seen the
I've been through it all.
Canadian market, and right now,
it's not much different.
The Canadian market is doing a lot worse than we are with some of their rates. I noticed they keep talking about their home prices have gone up really high. And
the home prices have gone up high, but their interest rates are lower than what they are here.
But with the price higher, kind of offsets.
Well, it does.
We're just in opposite lands. High price, a
Yeah.
little better interest rates,
Right.
whereas we're the worst interest rates and a little
Yeah.
lower price. But
That's right.
either way, we're kind of in the same boat.
We are, yeah.
So the idea here then is for like slower 2024, kind of like 2023 ended up being, and then 2025 being a more normal year for real estate, kind of a reset year. Okay, everybody get back to normal.
Right.
A lot more moving. So if you are on the fence, and you're wondering, hey, what is going to happen? Should we do it now? Doesn't matter what the rate in the world does. What matters is what you can afford.
Yes.
And what your driving reason is.
That's correct.
It's like with anything. Think of it like buying a luxury SUV. Do you need it? Maybe not necessarily. Do you want it? Sure. Can you afford it? Yes or no? If the answer is yes, go for it. Then the interest rates of 7% or 6.5% or 6 doesn't bother you, then go for it. If you're at the line where you got to make ends meet and you're going to stretch yourself too thin,
Well, right.
you got to be smart about it, right?
That's right.
And as a realtor, I'm not going to tell you to go do something you shouldn't do. I'm going to be I'm rooting for you either way.
That's right.
And I'm going to put the common sense on the table and say, look, my situation, if your monthly payment, that you get your rate down to, say it's $1,200 a month to buy a home, and the rates right now give you $1,400.
Right.
If that extra $200 is a deal breaker, then wait.
Yeah. Exactly.
It's not that big of a deal. You can wait another year. Like we were looking for a new car, and the one we found didn't quite work out for various reasons. And I thought, we don't need it.
Right.
Ours are still running, albeit they're very old. But hey, they're still they still work.
That's right.
So some deals. You know what? We're just gonna be patient. We're gonna wait, and then we'll revisit. Down the road here in a few months.
Yeah, that's right.
So
that's fine.
But that's fine. It's a decision you have to make financially that's going to benefit you and your family. And there's nothing wrong with renting for a while until you get the financial situation under control. And there's nothing wrong with owning a home either. They're both great options. It depends on what you need and what suits your lifestyle.
At that moment. That's correct.
So,
I agree.
And in the end result, and this is where we have a lot of discussions in the industry itself, is you really shouldn't think about your home as an investment, but it ends up being an investment.
Correct.
So that's the other thing.
Forced savings.
It's a forced savings account. So by the time, that you may have to move and sell the home for whatever reason, you will have built up equity that you can then cash out and use that money to do something else with. So that is a plus side of that.
Correct. That's right.
But also, it's if it's something that you want to buy and it's your one and only dream home, this is it. I'm gonna plant the flowers in the backyard and enjoy it. When
That's
I'm
right.
X number of years old, I'm not going anywhere.
That's right.
Well, there you go.
Get that family pet you always wanted.
Yeah, get everything that you want, and say that's it. Life's complete. I've made my final purchase. So everybody has their own little reasons as to what they want to do for home ownership. And you can always go back to our website, teamtuttlerealty.com.
Yes.
Also on this Facebook page, and you can find multiple videos where we break down all kinds of topics on home ownership.
Lots.
What to look for, what to watch out for.
A lot of helpful tips.
I am like the guy in the Wizard of Oz behind the curtain. So I'm like pulling the drawstrings, and I'm pulling up the curtain for you so you can see what I'm doing.
Yes.
So in other words, we unveil everything in the real estate world so that nothing takes you off guard.
That's right.
It's all front. It's all transparent. We show you the red flags to watch for when you're dealing with a situation with a lender or a realtor or a builder. So we go into all that just so that you're protected.
Right.
I don't want anybody to be taken advantage of. I don't like con artists. I don't like bad people. I like good people. So we want to make sure that you're good in that process.
Absolutely.
And we're always here for you too in that process.
Oh, for sure.
What can they do?
A lot of communication. We're always communicating with our people.
Oh, there's no ghosting here. Ooh,
No
don't
ghosting.
Oh, do not get me on ghosting. Oh, you want to get me fired up? Ghost me in business.
In business.
That does not work.
That's not cool.
No, it's not like we're dating. And even then, I still don't know how that even happened. But anyway, so how can they reach us and contact us and all that kind of stuff?
They can call us, text us, 405-467-1785. They can visit our website, teamtuttlerealty.com. Go to our Facebook page, Twitter X, Instagram.
All over the place.
All over the place.
TikTok. Did you mention TikTok?
Yeah, we have TikTok.
Got on there.
That's correct.
So so we're trying to make as available
LinkedIn.
as possible to all the platforms.
We're everywhere.
That you can reach us on it. But the main stuff where you can go and do your own searches.
Oh yeah.
Is teamtuttlerealty.com.
Yes.
So go there first. Kind of plug in what you have to work with price point wise, just to see what's available. Or flip side of that, maybe you don't know what stuff's worth. All right, if you need 3 bedrooms because of your family size, go take a look what 3 bedrooms cost. You can pick different areas of the city, what you're used to, kind of give an idea of your price point.
That's right. And then if you put in your phone number or email, I'll get notified, and then I can reach out to you, and then we can have a discussion.
Yeah, we can help you out and give you the tools you need to be successful.
Absolutely.
And even on the lending side, we've had people reach out to us and say, hey, we do want to buy. This is what we need, but we have to get our credit up first.
Yeah.
What's the fastest way to get our credit up? And that's where we get Jim on the horn.
Yeah, we have
say,
people.
Jim, all right, tell them how to get their credit up.
All right.
See where they're at and see where they need to be.
That's right.
And then he'll give them tips on how to do it super fast.
Yeah,
and
that's right.
So those lenders have tips and tricks that they can give you to repair your credit in record time, and that way, when you are ready to go, you don't have to wait on that. Eleanor did put a question in there about credit.
Eleanor or Mike.
Or Mike, that's dual accounts, you turkeys.
Right. If you got good credit, would you get a better rate?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's actually...
Let me see. You talk. I'm going to see what I can do here.
So let me put on my thinking cap. I was a lender before I became a real estate agent. So, it is Eleanor. Thank you. You do get, I think you get a better rate.
Well, you always get better rate if you have better credit.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
General.
I think so.
And then, but there's more than just your credit that goes into this. So, like the builder, for example, they can offer incentives for closing costs, which is kind of like having a better rate because you're going to remove part of the money you put up down for the down payment.
Right. Well, builders, I see a lot of incentives with builders right now.
And I've seen
with their preferred lenders.
And on Twitter X, there's been some people that somehow, and we don't know how because it's nationwide, so it's these random tweets, so how much are true, whatever. But in this market, as of like this week, there are people that somehow got a 5% interest rate. And I'm like, how did you manage that? So there are ways that can happen.
Yes.
That you can tap into. And that's when you do want to talk to your lender, and then you talk to the builder, and you find out whatever programs there are,
Yes.
government programs, et cetera, that can help you out to get the rate a little bit lower.
Well, there's so many programs out there.
Yeah,
that
there
are
is.
available to folks.
And that's just have that discussion with us, and we can steer you in the right direction and get more information there too.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, so let's see. So what time is it? It's about 10 to 8. So
Yeah.
we've gone for about 30 minutes.
Not bad.
That's not bad. It's time to wrap it up. So again, we'll be doing another one of these here in a couple of weeks. We'll see how the
Yes.
market has changed. We'll have another topic of the night or the day, however you want to look at it, especially if you're watching the replay.
Yeah, that's
and-
right. Unless you want us to cover something that you want to know more about, reach out, let us know.
Yeah, you can always submit what your question is, and we can do a show on it. And we may already have. I mean,
Well, we might, yeah.
check the
We've
video
sorta-
collection.
Yeah, we've covered a lot of.
We spent a full year going every Saturday morning, think of every topic we
Yeah,
can think of,
it's
and doing industry insider interviews. That's what we called it.
I really like those.
Those are fun. So we
Yeah.
interview basically someone that is from whatever industry we're talking about. So for example, it could be a lender. It could be something you would need for your home, like solar panels. And we say, okay, give us the inside scoop.
Yes.
Tell us everything behind the scenes. Tell us what we want to know.
That's right.
And that way we're all informed. So we want all value.
Yes,
Yeah.
all value.
So we don't want to waste your time, because everybody's time is precious and valuable, including mine, including
That's
yours.
right, yeah.
So we're all in this together. So make it count.
That's right.
All right.
Agreed.
Well, that's it for us. So appreciate you guys watching, and
Yeah,
we'll see you on
thank
the next
you.
broadcast, right?
See you in a couple weeks.
Yeah, we will. Okay, take care. Remember,
Thanks.
teamtuttlerealty.com. See you later.
See you.